Some of you guys may know how I feel about Kevin Durant. Some of you might not agree how I feel about Kevin Durant. Unfortunately, that's never going to change. You can't make me, first of all. I do think Kevin Durant is a certified Hall of Famer. There's no denying that at all. There's no denying that. But Kevin Durant, before his shenanigans going to Golden State, I actually liked the guy as a player. I thought he was decent, right? But over the last couple of years, he's kind of soured. Not as much as LeBron soured on everyone else, but there's some things with Kevin Durant I can't stand. And some of you guys might know what they are. Some of you probably can't stand some things about him. I don't think he's a top 10 player of all time. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. But I do think he's probably one of the definitely top 75. I don't know about maybe top 50, but definitely top 75. There's no question about that. He deserved to be on that list. But I just don't like the way he has handled himself recently when it comes to all this team jumping. You go to Golden State. I understand Draymond Green to be a handful to deal with. But at the same time, you got to stand on your own business and tell Draymond Green, shut up. You are the oldest out of the two. But that's neither here or there. So you go to Brooklyn. You go to Brooklyn and team up with Kyrie Irving. And then that doesn't go to plan. Foot on the line. Got beat by Giannis. Someone who, I can't say he disrespected by Giannis, but he also said, don't put me and him in the same category. And Giannis ended up beating him a couple weeks later. That's funny. But even after that year, everybody wants to get on that year because it's the foot of the line. No, we ain't. No, okay. What happened the next year when there was the 7th seed? Understandably, there was the 7th seed due to Kyrie Irving being held out for half a season due to his standing on business when it came to that stupid ass shot. But at the same time, when you got Kyrie back, you played Boston and you got handled. After that season, he decided, I want to go to Phoenix. I want to go out there with Franchise Sports TV in Phoenix. So you go out here, and so far, it hasn't been going well. Now, there was rumors before the Olympics started, him leaving, going somewhere else, rumors of LeBron coming out here, all kinds of dumb stuff. So, James Worthy, right? James Worthy, fellow small forward, decided to take up for Kevin Durant. And some of you guys probably heard this. I actually heard this days ago before anybody started reporting on it. I just never got a chance to do it because of work and everything. But here's what James Worthy had to say, because we all know who's part of the GOAT conversation. We all know Kareem. Unfortunately, Dark Side from LA's in that conversation. Kobe and Michael Jordan. Some even say Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, or even Magic Johnson. Right? Those are what some people have been saying. Or even Bill Russell. But this is what James Worthy said. He was asked if Kevin Durant's name should be mentioned in discussion of the greatest players of all time. The 3-time champion, NBA champion, of course, and NBA icon James Worthy enthusiastically agreed. He says, I do. I love him since Texas. If I was choosing somebody, he might be. Steph shoots the 3, but Durant is cold-blooded at his height. And I think because there's so much attention on other players right now, he hasn't been forgotten about. He's just been smooching along, and he can still put up numbers. Well, here's the thing with that, Mr. Worthy. Yeah, they're talking about other players because other players are younger. They're doing more than Kevin Durant. Sort of like his admirer. Is that the word I want to use for that? When it comes to Anthony Edwards? Because Anthony Edwards said Kevin Durant is his favorite player of all time. But, yeah, they talked about people like Anthony Edwards, Shea Gilgeous, old boy in New York, I can't think of his name, Jalen Brunson. They're talking about those type of people right now. Kevin Durant, even Steph, even Dark Side from LA, People like that, their time is slowly starting to evaporate from the league, and it's time for some new blood. So, of course. But anyways, I don't want to keep rambling on. Let me continue. I'm sorry. He added, I just love his range. The way he can move out there, out to the three. You can't stop him in the mid-range game. He's pretty good. I don't know about that. I don't know about a pretty good defensive player. I say he's all right. And he doesn't get talked about enough. If you're talking like top 7 guys who can be the greatest of all time, he's in there in my opinion. He's just a phenomenal player. And he talk about his achievements, being a 4-time Olympic gold winner. KD's a 2-time NBA champion, 4-time All-Star, and the MVP. One of the greatest in the league. Let me see what else has been said. Do I agree with James Worthy on that? Well, let's see here. Compared to the people that they put in the GOAT conversation, okay, compared to Mike, there's no comparison right there. There's no comparison. You comparing to Wilt Chamberlain, which some people like to put in that position. They both had 2 rings. They both had to go to different teams to win. Actually, though, Wilt Chamberlain did win with Philly. I can't say that. Was it Philly? Was it San Francisco around that time? I forget. But I can't say he did clicked up with James Worthy. Not James Worthy, with Jerry West and one. He already won one already. But they both got 2 rings. The thing about Wilt Chamberlain, he got his points and all that, but the thing that they're missing from Wilt Chamberlain's incredible stat lines, averages and everything, is his blocks. They didn't record that. I feel like they would record that. People will have a different, well, some people might have a different outlook on Wilt Chamberlain. They have Dark Side from LA. That's about the same to me. And then you got Magic and Kobe. I think I put Kobe over Durant slightly. I don't know, man. Reason I can't put Kevin Durant in that category of being a GOAT. I don't know. It's hard to do for me. Because I'm thinking of Larry Bird, right? Larry Bird has 3 rings, right? Larry Bird's accomplishments right quick. Because when you mention KD, you gotta mention Larry Bird. And the reason why I say you gotta mention Larry Bird, because everybody wants to act like Larry Bird was, I don't know, trash for some reason, which is further from the truth. You look at Larry Bird's accomplishments, right? 3-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 3-time Most Valuable Player MVP. I say Valuable Player MVP. Yeah, he's 3-time MVP, regular season MVP, 12-time All-Star, All-Star Game MVP, 9-time NBA First Team, Second Team as well, 3-time NBA All Defensive Second Team, Rookie of the Year, NBA All Rookie Team, 3-point contest champion 3 times, part of the 50-40-90 club twice, AP Athlete of the Year, part of the 50 and 75th anniversary teams. Also did some damage in college, National College Player of the Year, 2-time consistent first team All-American, 3rd team All-American, 2-time MVC Player of the Year. I think that's the conference he played in college at Indiana State. So there's that. You look at Kevin Durant's right quick. Look at all of Kevin Durant's. Now if you look at all of Kevin Durant's right quick. 2-time NBA champion. He's Finals MVP twice. Most Valuable Player of the Year once. He is a 14-time All-Star. 2-time NBA All-Star MVP. 6-time First Team, 5-time Second Team. He is Rookie of the Year, 2008. All Rookie First Team, 4-time Scoring Champion, 2-time. Oh, I thought he got 1 time at the 50-40-90 club. He got it twice. Shoot. The only thing that freaking Kevin Durant might have over, if you're looking at all the awards, is the Olympic stuff. Because college is pretty much the same almost. NBA is almost close to the same, with the exception of Larry Bird won 3 more. Won 1 more in finals and finals MVP. But I would have to say he had to put Larry Bird in there in that GOAT conversation he wanted to before Kevin Durant. That's just me. I ain't hating on Kevin Durant, so don't even try to fix your lips and say that. Um, and most people want to say, "Oh, Larry Bird played on a stacked team." Yeah, he played with Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Cedric Maxwell, eventually Bill Walton in his later years. But I don't know. The only thing about that, they were such a super team. They should have won more rings instead of winning three. But then again, they had to run into the Lakers all the time. Philly too. But does Kevin Durant have a case? I think he has someone has a case, but I just had to put, you just had to put Larry Bird in front of him just a little bit. For me, that's just my opinion. I think he has. I think Larry Bird has a better case than Kevin Durant. That's just me. Maybe because of all the team hopping that Kevin Durant has done. Maybe that could be it. Which I don't like all the team hopping. I'm sorry, I don't like it. Um, I feel like when the tough gets tough, these guys tend to. Some of these guys have the opportunity to team hop and still trying to figure it out themselves, which I hope Kevin Durant does this year. But then again, that means you got to win it all. Sorry, he has to figure out how to win it all. That's just my opinion. All this team jumping and hopping just it doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right. But anyways, I don't necessarily agree with James Worthy. I think you gotta take a look at someone else they don't want to put in there all the time or barely mention when it comes to the GOAT conversation, Larry Bird. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think.